Hi, we have been talking about teen numbers, and I showed you on the previous video how to do that with place value models. I'm going to show you also what it looks like with these 10 frames. So I'm going to put 10 in this 10 frame. Now, when we group them all together, it then becomes one group of 10. And then let me put just two here. So when you look at that, you want to think about when you're doing tens and ones, what does this number mean? This is 12. We could count the ones and we can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And 2, if you remember talking about teen numbers with the place values, we look at the group of 10. So if you look, this is a group of 10. It is only one group of 10, so I write 1 because there's one group of 10. Then I'm going to look to see how many ones, and I see there are 2. And we know that one group of 10 and two ones make the number 12, which was a teen number. So you can use 10 frames to also show you how to make those teen numbers. All right, now let's do another one. I'm going to once again make a group of 10. I'm filling up the 10 frame. And you have to think of it as a group. You can see it's all grouped together. And then I'm going to put some in this group. You can see that I have a group of 10, and I only have one group of 10. Then, when you look at the next 10 frame right here, I don't have a group of 10. How many do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4 little ones. So when you put a group of 10 and 4 little ones together, you get the teen number 14. So you can use place value blocks that I showed you in the previous video when making teen numbers, but you can also make teen numbers with your 10 frames or with models or groups of 10. So anytime you have a group of 10, one group of 10 is 1, and then you have your 4 little ones. All right, let's clear this and let's pick 10 again and do one more. So we just make sure that we can know how to do the teen numbers using the 10 frames. So now I have shown you 2 ways to make tens and ones and teen numbers using the place value blocks as well as 10 frames. So let's get 10 into a frame. Okay, great. And now let's put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now, what do I see? I do see a whole group of 10. That is one group of 10. And then I also see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 little ones. And together, 1 10 and 6 ones. And look, they're side by side. You put them together and you have the number 16. And you can see that. Okay, does everyone see how this works? You have a group and then some little ones. And if you look at this group, we don't have 10. So they're just the little ones left over. Okay, so this makes the number 16. One group of 10 here, 6 ones here, and together they make the number 16. I can check myself. I can just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And I can do it that way. But if you know that this is a group of 10, you can just say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So you can use your counting on strategy. Or, oh, this is a group of 10. Let me write 1. That 1, it means a group of 10. Oh, I have 6 here, and that makes the number 16. But as I have said, if you have to, you can always count them all. But this is to show you how making groups of 10 and ones and seeing that can help you kind of understand what the number 16 means and also show you how you can think about numbers more quickly. So I know that 16 is one group of 10 and 6 ones. So if Miss Day had 16 kids in her class, I know that I could make one group of 10, but then I would have 6 ones left over. And so you're making tens and ones. And you're thinking about the place of the numbers. Okay, so when I look at the number 16, I know the number in this place means ones. When I see the number in this place, I know the number means tens. I know it means one group of 10. Okay, so we've been doing, let's do one more teen number, and then I want to introduce decade numbers to you as well. So let's clear. And I'm going to do one more teen number. All right, so let's look at this teen number that we have right here. I have one group of 10, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 ones, and together it makes the teen number 18. Now, when I look at this number 18, I know that when I look at this, it means I have 8 little ones here in this space. And in the 10 space, I only have one group of 10 in that space. So that is the number 18 and what it looks like. So you've learned 2 ways to do your teen numbers. Now I want to clear it just a minute, and I want to talk about decade numbers. Now decade numbers, you already know what that is. This is just the fancy word for counting by tens. So counting your tens, it's just the fancy way. So we're going to do our decade numbers. Our decade numbers, and we've been counting them, you counted them in kindergarten, you counted them in first grade, is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Those are all numbers that are just groups of tens. And you look right here, no little ones there. So let me show you what that means with the 10 frames. So I'm going to get some 10 frames. Let's put them, oops. Let's put them right here where we can see them. And let's do 10. And let's do 10. Now look at that. Look at the 10 frames. They look different than the ones we just did. So when you look at this, you see I have a group of 10 and another group of 10. I have two groups. So now, since it's no longer a team number, I put 2 because I have 2 of them. Look there, 2. There's 2 groups of 10. Now look very carefully. There are no ones. No little ones left over like when we were doing the team numbers. And we know that none is 0. All right, 0. So I have 2 groups of 10 and 0 little ones anywhere left over. And this makes the number 20. That is a decade number. Decade number is the fancy word, but it's our 10 number. But what you need to know is when you have 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, you're never going to have any ones. That spot is always going to be 0. It's 2 groups of 10. Now, this is not just 2. I could not, if I saw these 2 frames and I wrote 2, I see 2. There's not just 2 circles there. There's not just 2 circles. It's 2 groups of 10, and that equals 20. And when you count them, you find out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I have 2 groups of 10 and 0 ones. And that does make 20. So it looks a little bit different. A lot of times, first graders, when they start showing me that they know what groups of 10 look like, what it means, and I'll say, what do you see here? And they'll say 2. Well, there is 2 groups of 10, but you have to know that it is 20. It's 2 groups of 10 with 0 ones. All right, 2 groups of 10 with 0 ones. Now, let's look at another one. So we'll do another one. I'm going to, oops, I've got to move this down here where we have a little room where we can see them right here together. All right. So when you're looking at decade numbers, so we've already done 20. So this looks like it could be a group of 10. So I'm going to move that over and move that over. And I'm going to do another one. And I'm going to put 10. And I'm going to put 10. And I'm going to put 10. And I might say, how many are there? You can't say 3. It's 3 groups. I have 1, 2, and 3. So I have 3 groups of 10. Right here, 1, 2, and 3. And I have no ones, so you put 0 because that's what it means. So 3 groups of 10, 1, 2, 3, with no little ones left over, gives us 0 ones, and that makes the number 30. Another decade numbers. Your decade numbers are 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So all groups of 10, and you can see the 10 frames, they're full because it's a whole group. So if you were to do 40, you would have 4 full groups of 10. If you were to do 50, you would have 5 full groups of 10. If you had 60, you would have 6 full groups of 10. If you had 70, you would have 7 full groups of 10. If you had 80, you would have 8 full groups of 10. And if you had 90, you would have 9 full groups of 10. So this video was a little bit about refreshing on yourselves up on the knowledge of T numbers and showing you can use 10 frames to do that too, and using the 10 frames to show you your decade numbers. And this is all about place value because numbers have a place and where they sit is their value. And this is what we're going to be learning for the next couple of weeks. All right. And that is it. Bye.